Good morning, my loves. It is day 11 of our 40-day devotion. Today, we're diving into something that held me back for so long, and that is people pleasing. This struggle ran deep and far back, rooted in my desire to be accepted and valued by others. This is probably from growing up. Constantly seeking approval can leave us feeling exhausted, empty, and far from who God created us to be. So many of us grew up believing that saying yes made us good, agreeable, and lovable. We silenced our needs to keep the peace, fearing that setting boundaries will push people away. That was my reality growing up, and it affected me in so many ways. Healing and relearning haven't been easy, but they are possible. When we live for others' approval, but God never called us to be everything for everyone. He called us to walk in truth, even when that means saying no. Somewhere along the way, we start believing that our worth was tied to approval. If we say the right things, keep everyone happy, meet expectations, and never disappoint, then we are valuable, loved, and secure. But chasing people's approval will always leave you exhausted, empty, and enslaved to opinions never meant to shape you. Galatians 1:10 says, "Am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? Or am I trying to please people? If I were still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ." Paul understood something we often struggle with. You cannot live fully for God while being consumed by what people think of you. The two will always be in conflict. When the fear of disappointing others shapes our choices, words, and faith, we slowly lose sight of the one whose approval truly matters. Think about it. How often have you said yes when you wanted to say no? How often have you kept quiet when you knew you should speak up? How many decisions have been driven by fear of what others will think rather than by God's calling on your life? People pleasing is a trap because it convinces you that you'll be at peace if you can do enough, be enough, and make people happy. But peace never comes from performing, it comes from surrendering. So what are you afraid of? Disappointing someone, losing a friendship, being misunderstood? No matter how hard you try, you will never be enough for people who expect you to meet a standard God never gave you. God has already called you enough. His approval isn't something you earn, it's something you already have. You don't have to live in the exhausting cycle of trying to keep everyone happy. True freedom comes when you recognize that God's approval is the only one that truly matters. Chasing human validation will always leave you empty, but resting in the security of being fully known and fully loved by Him will bring peace that nothing else can offer. What a reminder that true freedom comes when we stop chasing approval. You were never meant to carry the weight of keeping everyone happy. God's approval is not something you have to earn, it's something you already have. So today, ask yourself, am I living for the opinions of others or for the calling of God? If this episode spoke to you, share it with a loved one, and don't forget to join our 40-day community where we go deeper with journaling prompts, prayers, and reflections to help you step into the freedom God has for you. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Stop striving, let go of the pressure, and walk in peace of knowing you are already enough in Him. Love you.
Follow me.